Okay, so in your meditation, um, the only chakra that I really felt dense energy in was your throat chakra. Um, yeah, it started to get to the point where I started to feel kind of anxious because it was very dense. So, what spirit led me to do was to just breathe through it, and as I was breathing out, I would hum. So or or anything like that. Um, that really helped move the energy. Let it. It helps remove the energy or move it around, and it made it less dense. So that's something that I would recommend that you do, maybe even before you get out of bed. Just when you get up and you're like stretching and like just getting ready to move and get out of bed, just take a few minutes to just breathe and then like release that energy by, or moving that energy by doing that, like humming or singing, anything like that. Um, and as you know, I think you had I think I had trouble with your throat chakra the last time too. So the throat chakra is like you speaking your truth, you being who you are meant to be. And it seems like right now that's not what's really happening, if it needs work. So, yeah, so releasing or moving that energy by doing the humming, as well as doing the affirmations. I am self love. I love myself. I am worthy. The next chakra was the solar plexus, and this chakra could use a little bit of love too right now. Um, yeah, so you can say the affirmations. I am inner strength. I am powerful. I am standing firm in my power. I'm calling back my power. When I got to your sacral chakra, I heard that you need to let your feminine side show a bit more or do things that enhance your femininity. So, dancing, singing, nurturing. Um, and I did hear nurturing yourself, like mothering yourself. Partake in some pleasures that are just for you. Pleasures can be eating your favorite foods, eating your favorite desserts, candy, just partaking in the pleasures that are just for you. Um, sorry. Yeah, lots of self care right now. I'm hearing lots of self care that you need to work on your self love right now. Um, I also heard in your root chakra to feel secure in yourself. You don't need to be loved by others or liked by others to feel security or to feel safe. I feel like maybe right now letting others, you're depending on others for that rather than depending on yourself, because when you depend on others, it's kind of like a false fix. It's a short fix, but what you're really meant to be doing right now is finding how you can feel safe within yourself, how you could work through these things on your own to get through these things. This is something that's definitely been going on for you. It's an ongoing process, but I feel like you're very close to moving forward from this. Um, just with the cards and everything, I feel like you're very close to moving forward. Um, but yeah, definitely still work on it. Yeah, so that security comes from within, and it's like a door that is waiting to be unlocked. Um, and I also heard life is happening for me, not to me. I heard this a lot. So, with the cards too, I feel like this is definitely something you should write down. Um, life is happening for me, not to me. Life is happening for me, not to me. So when something happens and you're having a tough time, you're like, why is this happening? Instead of being like, why is this happening? Be like, what is this learning me? Learning. What is this learning? What, oh my God, what am I learning? What is this teaching me? How is this going to better my life? To have that different perspective on things is going to make like a really big difference in your life. Because that's what's going to pull you out of this victim mentality, and it's going to put you kind of like back in charge of your life. Because right now you might be feeling like, oh my God, all these things are happening to me, like why me? And it's like you're putting that you're not holding yourself accountable, because ultimately, like, we create our reality. So you have created these things that are happening in your life, but these things are not happening to kick you down or keep you down. They're trying to help you to see things, to learn things, to grow from these things, because you're getting ready to level up in your life. So your dreams that you are wishing for are going to happen soon. But the way that the universe works is they give you little bits of it at a time to see if you can handle what's going to happen next. So it's all about your mindset and remembering these things and having this perspective when they do happen. All right, so now moving on to your tarot cards. The first card that I pulled is the Six of Wands. And as you can see, he's on his high horse. He's being cheered on by the people down here, and they're like rooting him on. They're like, yeah, you did it. Like, he's coming back from a victory. So this card is all about success, victory, winning, having the advantage, triumph, achievement, praise. This card indicates that someone is being a leader, riding high, confident, and proud with self-esteem. It is a card of strength and stability, and can also represent successful campaigns and winning battles. I feel like this has to do with your mindset, and where you were the last time we did a reading. I do feel like there is a lot. I feel like there's more acceptance. There's more like, okay, I've gone through all of this and I made it out and I'm doing better. Like, I could pretty much handle anything now. I got this. That's what I'm getting from this card. Is that you're like, you've gone through, I feel like, the worst, and you came out of it, and now you're like, okay, like, I got this. Okay, the next card that I pulled is the Page of Wands. And this is all about good news. Swift news, coming in the form of like a letter, phone calls, word of mouth. You're going to hear some good news soon. And it also signifies having bright ideas about what you can do, being inspired or creative, making new exciting plans, thinking big, and finding something you're passionate about. This card is also, this card also comes as a warning card, not to rush into things without thinking them through. So, I also pulled the Page of Pentacles for you. And there's going to be, I don't know, maybe there already is. You're going to have these ideas like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I did this? Or, oh, this is really interested. I'm kind of interested in this. Like, how far can I take this? What can I do with this? I feel like you're going to have these ideas that are ultimately opportunities for you. And in the cards, it talks about you possibly missing opportunities. So what I would do is, when you're starting to think of these ideas, or these things are popping up in your head, and you're feeling creative, and you're like, oh, it'd be really cool to do this. It would be really fun to try this out. Write them down. Always write them down in your phone. Maybe have a note where it's just like ideas, creative ideas, and you just write down all the ideas that you have, and then from there you're like, okay, which ones are really pulling at me? Which ones are more energy is coming from them? Which one am I drawn to the most? And then go from there. But there's definitely going to be lots of ideas, lots of new opportunities, new fresh ideas, new opportunities, exciting opportunities that are going to be better for you. Okay, the next card that I pulled is the Three of Cups. And this card is all about celebration, partying. As you can see, they're like women dancing in a circle with their drinks. They're like, yeah. So this is all about celebration, parties. So this could be talking about parties, festivals, weddings, engagement parties, baby showers, and other celebrations. I know like right now there's not a lot of those. So when there will be something like that, you'll kind of be like, oh, okay, this is what this is talking about. This card can also signify someone from your past coming into your life. I'm not sure. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. But yeah, this card is letting you know you can look forward to a happy event in your life. It signifies a group of people coming together with open hearts and minds to celebrate important events. It is a positive card that indicates happy times, uplifting, and positive energies, and good feelings. So, I would definitely keep an eye out or an ear out for some sort of event happening. I feel like it's something to do with family. I don't know why. I just have this feeling that it's family related. But it doesn't mean that it has to be. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. But for this to be coming up, something significant will come of it. So just remember. The next card that I pulled is a Ten of Pentacles in reversed. So as you can see, when it is in the upright position, there's coins everywhere. The 10 is about completion. So this is all about when it is in the upright position, things coming to fruition, things being really frugal, lots of prosperity. But when it is in the reverse position, it kind of talks about the opposite. So you are going to be going through kind of like a roller coaster ride. I feel like you already started it, you started kind of low. Recently you were kind of lower. Now you're getting up higher. I feel like it will go down again, but it's not going to be a bad thing, because what happens is we go through these cycles in our lives. We go up and down our whole life. I feel like you will be going through a down spot again. I do feel like since it is the Pentacles, this has to do with either a job or finances. I feel like it's a job. I feel like maybe you might be losing a job, or feeling like your time at this job is you're over it, you're ready to move forward. Or I do feel like it's going to be like a sudden thing. So I do feel like it's not something that you want in the beginning. I feel like this could be maybe getting laid off or something like that. But what the universe is doing is your dreams and the things that you want to manifest. This life isn't, this job isn't aligned with that. So what the universe is doing is letting go of these things, this energy that no longer serves you, and it's getting rid of them to bring in what is aligned with the dreams that you have, with the life that you want. This is very important to remember. I feel like your guides are like screaming that really, really don't let this get to you. Obviously, when big changes happen, we do as humans tend to just let it consume us. But you've already been to that place. You've already been in this depression that your guides are really warning you that if you've gone through it before, you can go through it again. But this time, you won't be so much down here. You'll be like up here because you've already gone through it. You already know. You already know how much it can consume you, and you don't want to go back there. Just to really, really remember that this isn't like life is happening for you, not to you. I think that's why I kept hearing that while I was in meditation. You guys are like telling you that it's very, very, very important to remember this. That if you do lose a job or get laid off, that it's not because you aren't worthy of that job. It's because you're actually too worthy for that job. You're going on to bigger and better things, and that's why this job or whatever this issue has to do with money is going to happen. Okay, sorry, I got off real topic. Well, not real off topic, but off the card. Okay, so going back to the card, this card in reverse can indicate, that can represent rocky foundations, insecurity and instability in your life. There's an element of dishonesty associated with this card in reverse, and a warning to steer clear of illegal or shady activities as it will not go well for you. This is not a great card to get in relation to family, as you can see. Family as you can see it may be in relations to family feuds, family burdens, neglecting the family, domestic abuse, and dispute over a will or inheritance. You may not be feeling very connected to your family at that time, as this card is associated with disharmony or dreading a family event, celebration, or gathering. Okay, this is really interesting because it came right after the celebration card. Okay, so I feel like since this came first, I feel like when you get to this party, this family, that's so weird because that's what I thought when I read this, like it's something to do with family. I feel like you might get to this event and it might be going really well, but then, I don't know, something might go wrong. I don't know. Okay, so it says you may experience sudden or unexpected changes or losses. You may be feeling like you have lost everything when it appears. Remember, however, it is often the most difficult or challenging situations that give us opportunity to learn and grow. So it definitely seems like you're going to go through kind of, like I said, a roller coaster. You're going to go through a low soon. But to always remember that after the lows comes the highs. It's really interesting too because the last card that I pulled is the Wheel of Fortune. And this is all about the cycles of life. As you see, it just goes in circles, highs, lows, up and down, up and down. So yes, there will be something that happens that's going to be an upheaval, something that's going to be kind of big that happens out of nowhere. Okay, sorry, where was I? Okay, so since this is one of the Pentacles suit, I do feel like this may have to do with it. Okay, never mind, I already said that. Sorry. Okay, next card. The next card that I pulled is the Judgment card in reverse. This card in reverse can signify that you are allowing fear and self-doubt to hold you back from making the decisions necessary to move forward in a positive direction. So like I was saying, that your guys are like warning you that you are going to have a low soon, not to let it consume you, because these next two cards are talking, it makes me feel like they're reminding you of what you've been through and to remember that, because think they're saying it's gonna be like a thin line where you could either let it consume you, or you could like remember everything that you've already learned and not let it consume you. So I feel like these are letting you know, if these next two cards are more about letting you know, if you let it consume you, this is what's going to happen. They're kind of like warning cards. It's definitely up to you in the end, or when it's happening. So yeah, the Judgment card. So it says, now is the time to take action. If you delay, you may lose the opportunities that are available to you. Yeah, so I feel like when you are learning and like the lessons are sticking to you and you are moving forward in your life, what happens is, however much you learn, you're gonna have a downfall. And sometimes it may be really big, or sometimes it's small, but it really depends on your perspective of things. Remember, life is happening for me, not to me. So, I feel like since you have gone through a low already, you have learned a lot from it, and you learn the necessary things. And what's meant to happen this time is that you're supposed to take what you learned and you're supposed to apply it and take action on it this time. And even if you don't, it's okay, because these things happen in life to learn even more. That just means that you have something else to learn, or more to learn from feeling these lows. The next card that I pulled is the Four of Cups, and this represents missed opportunities. Yeah, so as you can see, he has the cups are representation of opportunities that this person has, and he's sitting there because he has these opportunities, but maybe he let one go. And so this cloud is like kind of teasing him, like, look what you could have had. You could have had this, but you missed it. And this person is feeling guilt and feeling kind of ashamed because he's beating himself up because he missed it, but there's still more opportunities to take advantage of. So, yeah, this card represents missed opportunities, remorse, or regret, and also signifies being self-absorbed due to depression and negativity. The Four of Cups can indicate that you're feeling bored or disillusioned with your life. You may be focusing on the negative or feeling like the grass is greener on the other side. You may feel like you have lost your passion and motivation for life. This card comes with a warning to be mindful of the opportunities or offers available to you. Yeah, I also feel like these lows are opportunities, like I said, to use what you have learned and take action on them. So when you do feel like you're in those lows and you kind of maybe might slip a little bit, not to beat yourself up, just to remember that you are still learning, and it's okay. This is part of life. How else are you going to learn if you don't have these slips? Okay, the next card that I pulled is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is a very good card to get in a spread, because it signifies starting something new, which will be very, very positive for you. This card is all about, I'll show you. So as you can see, he's like holding prosperity, holding abundance in his hand, and it has so much white. It's like vibrating with positivity, this white light. This has to do with good ideas, and opportunities that are going to be the best thing for you. So you should be feeling very optimistic. This card brings with it feelings of positivity, inspiration, and new exciting energy. This is also a card of abundance in all areas of your life, and security and stability. This card can indicate that you will be ready to make your dreams a reality. The time is coming for you to manifest your goals, achieve your dreams, and realize your potential. it will be motivated. It'll be motivated and ready for the challenge. I think you will be, is what it's supposed to say. Sorry. Yeah. I would start, I don't know if you have done this already, but kind of write down the life that you want. So let's say you want to move, you want a bigger house, what's the life that you want? Write it down in detail. And then once you're done doing that, write down a list of how you can make those things happen. And those are your opportunities right there to do better, to manifest the life that you want. The last card that I pulled is the Wheel of Fortune, and this is generally an indicator of good luck and destiny. A signifier of change. When the Wheel of Fortune appears, it indicates big changes are coming. These changes should be for the greater good. Remember, not all change is Remember, not all change is easy, even if it's leading to your destiny. The Wheel of Fortune signifies that the universe is working in your favor to help you reach your goals. Make sure you make the most of this time by focusing your attention on what you truly want. Know that the universe has a plan for you, even if that plan is not clear to you at that moment. The Wheel of Fortune also represents the ever-changing cycles we go through in life. You must learn to accept the process as part of living, even if it's uncomfortable at times. This card is also a karma card, so remember to be nice to people on your way up. You may be meeting them again on your way back down. Yeah. This is all exciting news. Because even, like I said, there will be lows, but the lows are still going to be good because they're necessary for you to move forward in your life. Alright, so now on to the Oracle cards. The first card from the first deck that I pulled from is Desert Vision Quest. So, a vision quest is a process whereby you spend a few days in the wilderness alone. Typically, you carry only water and some sacred items with you. You spend most of the time praying or meditating. Many who have completed a vision quest assert that it is a powerful and even life-changing experience and report vivid and profound revelations. It is said that the desert does not lie, so partaking in this can help you discover the truth about your purpose, or at least give you some clues. It is time for you to go on a vision quest. Designate a place in nature in which to dwell, whether for a couple of hours or a few days. Spend the majority of the time while there praying and meditating. It is best to be in a location where you can truly find solitude, even if it is in a quiet corner of a park for an afternoon. Wherever you go, take your question, concerns, or challenge with you into a prayer or meditation. Allow it to float around in your consciousness and watch what shows up. This is one of the more powerful cards. By drawing it, whatever other messages you have received are amplified threefold. Yeah, so this card is definitely letting you know that you do need to meditate on what your dream life, what is it that you want in this life? What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of things do you want? How do you want your life to be? It's time to meditate on it. If you have a backyard, find a place in your backyard where you can meditate. Try to do it daily. I know sometimes it's hard to do, but try to do it as much as you can, because that's where all the answers come from. The opportunities. You can ask your higher self, what's my purpose? What should I be doing? What can help me right now? And you have all the answers within you. You just need to put that time aside to do it. The next card that I pulled is Wolf Instinct. Right away I noticed this wolf on his own. All the cards that I pulled, all the guidance that I have got for you is showing that this is all on you. This is your life. This is the reality you're creating. You need to give yourself more credit. You need to give yourself more self-love. It's all about you right now. You really need to work on yourself right now in order to be the best mom that you want to be, the best wife, just the best person. So this card, it says you have lost touch with your instinctual sensitivities. It is the result of cultural and or religious prescriptions dictating that anything wild and instinctual is threatening and therefore has to be controlled or eliminated. Now is the time to overcome this limited mindset and tune into these instinctual cues. Let the spirit of the wolf be your teacher and call upon the benevolent being for help identifying what those specific cues are saying. Shed some of your inhibitions with only guidelines being to do no harm. I feel like this has to do with omens, with animals. Let's say you see a hawk and you're like, oh my god, a hawk. Look it up. What does that mean? I think this is the cues that they're talking about are these little omens that you're seeing. I always, to me, that's how I communicate with my guides, with my angels, or by the animals that I see. Something that I did see when I was meditating was a ladybug for you. Let's look it up. So yeah, what I do is, okay, then with this one. What I do is I'll look up ladybug. You could spirit animal. I like to look up the totems. So ladybug totems. The ladybug brings luck and abundance wherever she goes. That's so beautiful because that's what I got like at the end of your reading. Is it wow? So I think, oh my god, I think I've seen a spirit guide for you right now. I think the ladybug is here to help you bring luck and abundance, to help you with manifesting your dreams right now. Wow, powerful stuff. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have lots of energy right here. That's like, yes, that's the spirit saying yes. That's, oh my god, I'm gonna cry for you. Okay, so me seeing that ladybug is helping you. That this ladybug is your spirit animal right now. She's here to help you move forward, and she's guiding you and assisting you, and helping you to get to where you want to go, helping you get to the life that you deserve and that abundance in all aspects of your life. Whew. Wow, interesting. Okay. Wow, I can't get over that. That's so crazy. Okay. So moving on to the next deck of oracle cards that I pulled. All right, the next card that I pulled. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. It's exactly what the card just said. Okay. You're being called to get grounded, to ensure that your luminous field is clear and your inner well is full. If you are not grounded, it is all too easy to get swept up in other people's energies and mistake it for your own. Okay. So I'm not sure if I told you this before. The oracle cards, after I pull the tarot cards, I feel like they're always specific guidance for you to take from your guides. So getting grounded is one. The sitting in nature, that's also getting grounded. What was the other ones? Vision quest, so meditating. So I would write down or remember these are the things that you need to do. To look at those omens that go by, the instincts, the cues that we were just talking about. If you see animals, look them up. That's how your guides are going to communicate with you. Vision quest through meditation. Go into meditation. Getting grounded, being in nature, connecting to nature. These are all. It's like your guides are giving you a list of the things that you could do to help you right now. Your boundaries will become blurred as you are absorbing the energies around you and struggling to define what is their stuff and what is yours. If you pulled this card, you are very likely an empath or highly sensitive person and need time alone to fill up your well. Balance your energy and get grounded. There are two types of people: those who draw their energy from others and those who draw their energy from within. Reflect on which one you are and carve out time each day to ensure your well is being replenished. Being sensitive is a superpower, but like all powers, it needs to be nurtured in order to be fulfilled. It is easy to get swept up in the high frequency energies that are swirling around the planet. The quickest that the quickest and most effective way of clearing all of this from your field is to ground yourself by connecting to Mother Earth. There are many ways to get grounded. One of the most powerful ones is to practice earthing by connecting to the Mother Earth. Power of Mother Earth. Spend time in nature. Put your hands on a tree. Your palms are the extension of your heart chakra. Ooh, I didn't know that. Wow. Just placing your hands on the trees, or walk barefoot on earth. So yeah, definitely write those things down because that's what Spirit is letting you know. The next card that I pulled, Birthing a New Age. Birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. This is exactly everything that we're talking about. New ideas, new creations. Wow. Often our path is exactly the one that we don't feel prepared to walk. Walk it anyway. Often what is rising feels far bigger than we could possibly hold. Be a container for it anyway. Often our creations seem to have a wild, uncontrollable consciousness of their own. Birth them anyway. Often what is ours to do is the very thing that most intimidates us. Be courageous and do it anyway. We are birthing a new age. Right now we're in a transition period between ages, in the process of allowing the old cycle to fall away, and the new to rise. Like driving in the fog and trusting the road will appear ahead, we need to release old identities and ways that no longer serve us, using our intuition as a compass. You are part of a group of souls who have been incarnating at significant periods of history, preparing for this exact time, dreaming a new world into being. Magdalene sisters, daughters of Isis, essences, priestesses, witches, mystics, healers, seers, artists, midwives, visionaries, guardians of the earth, and storytellers from the time past. It is time to give permission and space for what is beckoning within to be born. We are dreaming a new world into being. Work your light activation. Okay, so I'm gonna have to send you this. There's a little heart prayer for you. So I'll have to send that to you. Okay, the last card that I pulled is Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Akasha. So I don't know if you heard of the Akashic Records. That can also be a tool for you to use. You can find somebody who knows how to get into it, or you could try to do it yourself. I have been in the Akashic Records a few times. I haven't done it in a long time, but for me, I feel like you can only really truly get into it and absorb everything. So it's all about like giving yourself that knowing that you can do it. Like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be successful. That confidence is what really helps you get the best out of it. So if you do want to try to do it, there are the prayers online that you can look up, and you just have to meditate before, and make sure you're not on any substances when you go in, because it is a very sacred place. Yeah. Okay, so it says, Akasha exists in the fifth dimension in the library of souls. All soul contracts, histories, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We each have access to this information of the past, present, and future, and can tap into it at any time. While we have free will, there are also points on the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre-planned, soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It could be a company you chose to work for, a relation you plan to have, or a person you agreed to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it is divinely guided and will not bypass you. If you are waiting for a sign to proceed, this card is it. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey, and you are exactly where you need to be. This is very excited indeed. It is time to call in the support of your helpers, both in the physical realm and the spirit world, to trust the signs coming, to take note of your dreams, to notice any feelings or visions that you receive. For you are tapping into the wisdom of the Akasha, and you are being given the go-ahead to proceed. There's also another little prayer on this card too. I open myself up to receive the wisdom of the Akasha. I am ready to download any information from my soul records that is in my highest good and the highest good of all right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I would say this like before bed. I mean, you could say it in the morning or while you're meditating, and then we have like an energetic line that is goes through us up to the Akasha and the cosmos and down into Mother Earth that keeps us grounded. And this line is where we get downloads and pings. There is this girl, her name is Ashley Wood. I would look her up on Instagram. She does these things called line activations, and so you start up here and you go down. It's down 4 count of 4 count. So you get right here to your like above your belly button, and you go back up. And while you're doing it, you're asking for guidance or downloads or what can help me today. And throughout the day, you'll start to see, you'll get signs, and you'll be like, oh, this is off of the question that I asked while I was doing a line activation. So you go up 4, down 4, you breathe in. So you go up 4, down 4, and then that's it. And I taught my kids how to do this. It's something that doesn't have to necessarily be for getting downloads, but it could be to just connect you to the moment. If you're feeling overwhelmed, just it helps a lot. Okay, so on to the next one. The 2 cards for this deck. Alright, the first card that I pulled is a fiery climax approaches. This makes total sense because the card that I pulled that said an upheaval, something kind of big is going to happen. So it says, it's time to see if you've been a little bit too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants. But you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too far, or fast or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created the situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Yeah. Alright, the next card that I pulled. Full moon in Virgo, you are good enough. And as you can see here, it's green. This has to do with your heart chakra. Green also has to do with grounding yourself. So it says, it's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what's led you to ask your question. Have you been humbled to the point of being self-effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far. And drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flash, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer the question, have you been too picky? The full moon in Virgo card needs some truthful answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should then be more obvious to you. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. Then it says attune to the moon. Find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. Yep. All right. The next card that I pulled is Ma'at, Truth, Radiance, and Balance. Heart. Lots of like heart chakra stuff coming out for you. That's like the self-love, self-care stuff. So Ma'at is an eternal divinity who has created order from chaos since the beginning. She represents cosmic law, divine order, and justice. She is also the balance for which we strive. Her symbol is the ostrich feather, which represents truth, cosmic truth, not relative truth. Ma'at is a powerful balancer and adjuster who helps us to accept the love and truth about ourselves. The light, the dark, no difference. Her brilliant radiance reflects our own light back to us so that we may truly see who we are and know where our work lies, and we move forward toward greater wholeness. She is the regal mistress who reigns over the hall of mirrors. She sees beyond right and wrong and creates divine justice in our affairs. All beings serve this radiant one, for she embodies the rule of cosmic law. Her very being provides nourishment for the gods, and the Netru thrive in and through us when we express Ma'at in our lives. In death, our hearts are arrayed against the feather of Ma'at and must be found to be as light, so that we may awaken as Osiris. The goal of every ancient Egyptian, we lighten our hearts through self-acceptance and self-love. Pulling this card indicates that Ma'at is giving you the opportunity to see yourself clearly and love and accept yourself just as you are. This is beautiful. Take some moments to merge with Ma'at and feel the adjustment and balance she brings to your heart. As you gaze into her radiant brilliance, you can glimpse a truth that might have evaded you until now. Learning to express Ma'at is a prerequisite to moving to the next level of consciousness. In your outer world, she may be restoring a greater balance and creating order in the wake of some chaotic situation. This is what we were talking about earlier. Something's going to happen, but it's not necessarily bad. It may seem like, oh my god, this is really like fucking up my life, because now what am I going to do? You're freaking out, but what it's actually doing is it's gonna bring the calm to your chaos. What did she say? The balance, creating order. So yes, what's happening is something is going to be taken out from underneath you, and you're like, fuck, what the fuck am I gonna do? But what's really happening is it's being taken out from you because it's not for you anymore. You deserve better. You deserve things that are just way better for you, and that's what's happening. That's what is going to happen for you. Okay, the next card that I pulled, go figure, Strength. Strength appears as a firm reminder that you have a deep well of fortitude within. There is a power in knowing who you are and what you do well. Wow, so all of these are just saying, I think you really do need to meditate. Like, I know I tell everybody, like, meditate, but like, the only way that you start to accept yourself and become yourself is like seriously like through meditating like every single day. If you can do every single day, every other day, because I feel like it's just gonna benefit you. So I feel like this is like what you need to do right now is meditate. Dig deep and find solid base from where to anchor yourself and muster the might, endurance, and confidence to do what must be done. If you can't find it within, seek a friend or fellow tribe member to help you. Sometimes we need to lean on others, but in vulnerability, we can find seeds of strength we never knew we had. Alright, and the last card. Pono, immeasurable power of the heart way. See, lots of hearts. Lots of heart stuff going on here. The heart has the power to heal in a way that the mind cannot understand. Do not allow your mind to distract or frighten you. You are a beautiful child of the universe, and divine love lives within your heart. A willing heart is all that you need to transform any situation that is troubling you. Recognizing this power does not evoke feelings of pressure or anxiety, but rather of peace and joy. Lightness of the heart and relief of mind are here for you now. The divine within your heart has the power to transform a situation that is troubling you. Do not be intimidated or think it is too much for you or the divine to handle. Do not allow yourself to intellectualize or analyze a situation to the point of feeling confused or paralyzed. Healing through the heart on any and all issues that have plagued you or a loved one can and will happen. Let your heart feel the faith it needs to feel so that it can rest in joy. Divine healing wants to flow abundantly for you. Open up to receive it without hesitation or condition. Okay, and this is a card that has the healing process for you. Wow, super beautiful. Okay, all right. So that is all the guidance I have for you. Like always, the next step is for you to let me know how you're going to integrate all of this, what's resonated with you, what's the next step for you. Yeah, all right. Thanks for always trusting me, and I hope this helped you. Bye.